is our second snowfall of the year, and I wasn't paying attention to the robot mowers, and this one I went out to mow. You can see it's got a lot of snow built up on it. I think it's finally time to put these away for the winter. Got the nth spot over here. It is time. Lawn season is over. I pushed it right to the bitter end. But I thought it was a good time to do a year in review of all the robot mowers I tested my lawn care season, what I thought of all of them, where they're at, and what my plans are for next year. Now I'm gonna leave the Sunseeker's charging station out. I don't wanna move it. I'm happy with where it's at, happy with the performance and everything, so I wanna keep the map, so I'm gonna keep that in the same exact spot. I don't wanna disturb it. There's probably UV deterioration of the plastic being out here over winter, extra sunlight, but it'll likely be covered up with snow within a month, so I'm not too concerned about that. I did take the power supply in. There's a connection on the wire. You can disconnect it and just take the power supply in, so that's out of the low temperatures. And then I've got the RTK up here. I think I'm just going to power that down also, take that power supply in, leave the antenna up. That's a bit of a gamble. There could be water that gets in there. We get to minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit air temperature here. I don't know if it matters after you get below freezing, but anyway, that's the temperature we get. We'll see if it works in spring. I'm hoping it does. It's going to save a lot of my time. Again, if I disturb that, take it down, put it back up, it's likely the map is going to be a little bit off. So I'm just going to leave that there and hopefully it's fine. Now let's get into the review of 2024 and the lawn mowers I used. The mower that started it all for me, the Luba 5000 all-wheel drive Series 1. So this is the original version of Luba that Mimosha came out with in 2023. I purchased this earlier in 2023, and it was my sole mower for 2023. And I used it 3/4 of the way through this 2024 mowing season. As my channel grew and the videos I posted, especially on this Luba, gained me some attention, companies reached out to me and wanted me to try their mowers. So I don't need all of these mowers for my personal lawn, so this has moved on to my college roommate. I'm allowing him to use it, and he hasn't used it yet, but he's going to in spring of 2025. He was considering a robot mower, and I said, hey, before you buy one, why don't you try this one out, see what you like, you don't like about it. He was leaning towards the Luba anyway, but this will give him a chance to test it out on his own before he actually pulls the trigger on one. Next up, Sunseeker provided me an Orion X7 at the beginning of this 2024 cutting season, and I was able to use it throughout the entire cutting season. As you can tell by the opening, this is still in my fleet, and I plan to use this at the start of the 2025 lawn care season. This one had a bit of a rocky start, which I detailed in my videos. I suggest for details on any of these videos for setup and operation to go back into my lawn and landscape playlist and check out the specific videos for each mower. But I'm happy to report those early growing pains were resolved with firmware and application updates throughout the cutting season. And by the end of the season, I was able to give this thing my full recommendation, in addition to it taking over primary mowing duties for my lawn. The main reason for this, the advantage it had over the Luba, is its 3-wheeled operation, with the rear wheel being powered and articulating versus the skid steering of the Luba. My particular lawn has a lot of canopy. It doesn't get a ton of direct sunlight, and I've got heavy clay soil, which means the top of the soil tends to stay wet in spring and fall. In areas where the robot mower has to turn a lot, the skid steering of the Luba tended to tear up the grass and create bare spots, where the Orion X7 and its turning system is much easier on the grass. On to the A1 by Dreamy. So this one is no longer with me. I gave it to my brother for him to try out, and he's reporting that it is reliably cutting his front yard. This is a unique mower in that it does not use any global positioning system or satellite signals. It has a onboard LiDAR system that completely controls its navigation. The downside of this particular mower is the battery size and the fact that it's only two-wheel drive. With caster wheels on the front, it's not really suited for my lawn that's quite large, that has a lot of slope to it. Towards the end of the cutting season, I received the Genie from Anthbot. This is a cool mower. The big difference between this one and the other ones is the inclusion of a 4-camera vision system. So not only it can look forward, but on each side of the mower. As I detailed in my review and setup video, there were some prototype issues with this particular mower. After relaying those to the company, they tried to work with me to resolve those issues and even sent out 2 representatives of the company, John and Ian, to come on site, watch the mower work, and they updated some parameters to more of the commercial version from the prototype, and mowing performance improved significantly, particularly the navigation of this bot. So this never took over primary mowing duty for me. Again, it's a two-wheel drive setup with caster wheels on the front, which handled my lawn better than expected. But the battery size and that is not really suited to do my entire lawn anyway. But this is at a significantly lower price point than the other mowers. And so there's definitely a niche out there. I'm going to keep it over the winter and try it out in spring after they've done more firmware and software updates and update all of you on its mowing performance. This may also be an option for me to do a trial at my friends' families' houses with smaller lawns and introduce them to robot mowers. The big reason I've been fairly selective on who I provide these robot mowers to, one my brother, one my college roommate. They're more technically savvy people than the average. These mowers still aren't quite plug and play. Um, so for my parents, for example, I would like to get them into a robot mower and get them set up. Unfortunately, the technology and the reliability isn't quite where I think I can just leave it for a few months and they will have zero issues for it. So I'll be on the phone trying to tell them how to return it to the charging station and reset it and get it back mowing. So not quite there yet, but in the future, hopefully one of these mowers gets there, and I'm hoping this Anthbot does. So where does that leave us for the upcoming 2025 lawn care season? It's 5 months away for me, but I'm already thinking about what features and options I would love to have myself in a robot mower. So the first thing is some sort of string trimming. If I could get rid of the need to have a string trimmer and the mower was going to do it against my concrete edgers around trees, that would save me a lot of time and eliminate any trimming or mowing tasks. And there are a few options out there already, which I'll go over in a bit, but that's one thing I've got my eye open for. The other thing is leaves. Spring and fall, I've got a lot of trees. I spend a lot of time cleaning up leaves. There's a couple options for this also, but nothing quite large enough to do my entire lawn except one. So I'm open to all of these companies to try out their new models next year. Hopefully some of them reach out to me. I'm going to reach out to a few of them and get some videos and reviews going for you guys. But there is one in particular that checks all my boxes. Unfortunately, it comes with a big price tag. Of course, I'm talking about the Yarbo. This is an incredibly capable system that they put together with the core and then the attachments that you can put on it. Unfortunately, because of where I live, I basically need every single attachment that they offer. The snowblower, that would be incredibly nice to just have your um, driveway cleared before you even get up, or just keeps up with the snowstorm. Of course, you've got the mower attachment. You also have a leaf blower attachment as shown here. Um, but just out of curiosity here, I'm on their website as you can see. It's the weekend after Black Friday. Let's see if I just put together what system I would need here with the core snowblower, the mower, the blower attachment. I don't really have a need for this plow. An extra battery would be nice, but I don't need that. It would be incredible to have this liquid sprayer where I'd get rid of that task of spraying my lawn too. Um, this would be incredibly useful. But if we look at the price tag there on the bottom, basically it's $8,000. The Yarbo also has a trimmer attachment that is coming spring of 25. So there it is. That's the ultimate is that Yarbo with all those attachments. But again, it comes with that hefty, about $8,000 price tag. Now there's an option. I could split that up into smaller chunks, get the snow blower first for about $4,500. And then it's going to be, like I said, another 5 months or so until I have to cut the grass again. And then get the mower attachment at that time. So that's an option. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is that a crazy expensive price to pay? I mean, a good quality zero-turn mower is going to be about that if I went that way. Plus, I don't have to do it. Plus, it does my lawn. Plus, it'll do my spraying. So there's a lot of value in that. But I think I'm leaning towards seeing what other companies come out with or are going to come out with in spring of 25. Let me know again in the comments if you want to see the Yarbo, if you've got a burning desire to have me test it. I know there's a bunch of videos out there. Not quite in the style that I do it though. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my 2024 lawn care season and coming up on 25 if you've got suggestions for me. Thanks for watching. Adios.